welcome back to Mini Lessons with Miss H, and today we're doing page 230, Unit 5, Week 3. So today we're reading and writing an analysis about what we've read. All right? We're going to reread Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. You're going to write your opinion about how the author used sequence. Sequence means in order. So first, next, and last. Let's remember, why would an author use first, next, and last? Because they're trying to keep the paper what? Organized. They're trying to tell you a story in order. Use the words and picture to help you complete the sentences below. All right, we're ready. Let me check it out. Excellent. So now we're going to read. So follow along. Awesome. So now I'm going to read to you just for fluency. Okay? So you have your marker and you're following along with Ms. Hernandez at my pace. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. Today many women are doctors, but that was not always true. Many years ago, only men could be doctors. Elizabeth Blackwell changed that. Early life. Elizabeth Blackwell was born in England in 1821. Her family moved to America when Elizabeth was 11. When she got older, she became a teacher. In that time, teaching was a common occupation or job for women, becoming a doctor. Then one of Elizabeth's friends got very ill. She wanted sick people to have less pain and discomfort. Elizabeth started thinking about ways to help people like her friends. She wanted to become a doctor. Elizabeth talked to men doctors who told her that women could not go to medical school. Elizabeth did not agree or accept that. She tried to get into a number of medical schools. She did not give up. At last, she was allowed to study at a school in New York. Elizabeth studied and learned medicine for 2 years. In 1849, she became the first woman doctor in America. A few years later, Elizabeth opened her own medical office in New York City. She asked 2 other women doctors to join her practice. One of these doctors was her sister Emily. The doctors took care of sick women and children. They also ran a school to train or teach other women as doctors. Elizabeth Blackwell helped many people her whole life. She opened the door for women doctors. Great job following along. So it says, in this selection, the author did a good job of using sequence to do what? What did the author do a good job of using sequence to what? Keep the story organized. Keep the story organized. Because if a story is if a story is organized correctly, it is easier to understand because it makes the story easier to understand. All right, so make sure you're doing that. Copy that. Ready, set, go. Number 2, the first event that the author writes about is. So now I want you to go back in the story and look for the first event and write it there by yourself. Ready, set, go. 3. One of the next events in the story the author writes about is, so put the next event by yourself. And you have 1 minute to do this. Ready, set, go. Number 4. The last event the author writes about is, so what's the last event the author writes about? Go back in the story and look for the last event the author writes about and write it here. Number 5. Reading the events in sequence helps me. So now this is your opinion by yourself. You're going to tell me why reading the events in sequence or in order helps you what? Ready, set. Thank you for following along all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you went back in the story and you found your answer. Until next time, bye!